It's been a while since we've been on Alfea, and all I have to share is that I made some changes to Blake's character in general and stuff, and now I need to go over that. So let's quickly get into that this video, and this will be classified as an Alfea SMP extra video, and this will basically be the edited version of Blake's lore. I basically changed the whole character in terms of personality this time, so it's not that heavy on the backstory. The change, it's more heavy on the actual personality of the character, because I realized that this character was turning into too much of a jerk and less likable, and I basically wanted to change that to make him more relatable and likable. Anyways, let's get into it. Now this might be a huge change for personality, and I have a Google Doc open right in front of me that I'm basically just going to read off of because it's going to be hard to explain otherwise. And yeah, let's sit down, let's enjoy a little bit of reading as we go through the character lore and personality, basically. The only change I made to Blake's backstory, basically, is that I decided that instead of making so much suffering from, like, death and stuff, I decided to maybe keep his father alive, so he has some sort of parental figure to be around. And this is because, I just felt like having both parents dead and having, like, a fiance die would be too much to bear, and it's too unbelievable to even be a story, to be honest. So I'd like to keep, like, one person alive within the family besides, you know, his brother Matthew. So that's what I did, basically, to change up the story a bit. And how that affects it is that, like, Blake still has someone who can help him run the company, and someone who could still teach him things in his life, aka his father. And yeah, that's basically the only change I made. If you haven't seen my other video, I'm basically going to briefly explain the backstory. So basically, in high school, Blake's mom ditched, like, they just left the family, leaving only his dad, who had a sickness and died during that high school. But now we're going to completely scrap that idea. And basically the father's still alive, but the mother's still left. And what's gonna happen now is that Blake actually has someone, but he still is around bad influences. And obviously he doesn't tell his father about these bad influences. And that's what influences his decisions and into getting into drugs and stuff like that, which obviously is not a good thing. And yeah, it's pretty much the same from there onward. He eventually meets his wife within those things, and, like, she dies because of that, and he blames himself, all that stuff. But how he reacts to that and how his personality develops is different from this point onwards. To briefly explain Blake's personality, he treats everyone basically like his clients. He's a hard worker, he's disciplined, he does everything in his power to remain that way. And he doesn't like when people come up to him and get too much into his business, basically. He doesn't really like personal things. And to push people away from really getting to know him on a personal level, he just acts basically in an egotistical way that would push people away too much. Not really much so in a way that would come off as, like, an asshole, per se. It's more in a way where it's just like, this person prides themselves too much. How could something be wrong with them? Oh my god, this person's annoying. Like, I don't even want to bother to talk to them, sort of way. Basically, I made his personality more extroverted and friendly in general, but he does like to pull the occasional mischief and tease, obviously. He's very much so like that. He's much more likable now, and his, basically, the only issue I find with him really is that he does tend to hide his emotions quite a lot. Not only that, he's constantly protective of his brother. And this has made him be, like, kind of like a parent figure to Matthew. Well, not in a literal way, more in a figurative way, because he cannot stop being overprotective of him. And he often lectures his brother, tries to discipline him, much like his mom and his father did to him. He does the same to Matthew, now that they live alone. And he is a passionate and hard worker. He never slacks off when it comes to making a profit. which is a good personality trait to have, obviously. And sometimes he even declines to spend time with others simply because he doesn't want anyone to know him on a personal level, as you see. That's going to be like a avoidant trend going there. He doesn't want anyone to know him on that level because he doesn't trust anybody after what happened in the past. And I find that sometimes people underestimate him in terms of observation and like intellect. Like, he can read a situation very well, but no one really comprehends that. Like, he's often underestimated for that, but he reads a situation really well. He's very observant in that sense. And if he even wanted to, he could manipulate and control everybody, and nobody would know. But he decides not to, for many reasons. But at the same time, if it's for his own benefit, he probably will at times. But yeah, besides that, he's pretty much, I would say, desperate to move on from his fiancée dying. So he is quite a loyal soul, and has been heartbroken many times due to that. And that's really all that's been changed by him, and I hope you guys actually like these changes that I've made to this character. Just wanted to clarify something quickly. The Alfea Blake is not the original Blake I'm talking about right now. The Alfea Blake is much younger, first of all, and second of all is probably unrealistic that she would even have a husband in the first place because she is so young. So instead, we're gonna play this off as like a first love sort of thing that dies, or like maybe even a best friend or something. But yeah, that's all. Just wanted to clarify. Anyways, I went off the top of my head of that. I hope that kind of explains the story better that I was trying to write for Blake. Because before I felt like it was a bit like too much, like it was too much of a strong personality to deal with, really. And I wanted to fix that. But if you want more videos like these where I just kind of explain character lores and stuff, subscribe, and I will do that when my next SMP comes out, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. And without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!